Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing something just a little bit different. Instead of cooking some vintage recipes, I'm going to show you a modern day grocery haul. It was my birthday yesterday, and to celebrate, I did the thing I love the most, and I went grocery shopping, followed by some thrifting. A few months ago, I discovered a grocery store that I think the whole world should know about. I am so shocked that I didn't know about it prior to a few months ago because I love grocery shopping. I love weird things, and this fits all of the weird, quirky, huge grocery store boxes. If this is your first time watching the channel, I welcome. My name is Ashley. I'm a registered dietitian with a love for everything vintage and everything food. I'll show you everything that we got yesterday, and I'm gonna go with the perishables and the frozen first because we've got to get those into the freezer. It's about 6 hours from my home, so they did sit in the cooler for a while, and luckily we have a decent cooler and it had tons of ice, so they're okay so far. But let's get those shown first, and then we'll get them back into the freezer and I'll show you the rest of everything that we got. Let's start over here with the frozen. Now, I am gluten-free. Some of the things I picked up are not gluten-free. That's because they're for other people. I bought some gifts and different things. Starting with the frozen gluten-free section, they had some of the biggest selection of gluten-free frozen items, refrigerated items, general gluten-free things that I have ever seen before. And I went a little bit crazy for what I normally would, but I feel like that's fine. That's what this trip was for. It was a birthday trip. This is a brand I have not seen before. Maybe you guys are familiar with it, but brown butter sugar cookie dough. I'm going to be honest, warm from the oven in 12 minutes, it's probably not making it to the oven. I will probably snack on just the cookie dough balls. I might make a few of them just to see how they turn out, but with a lot of this cookie dough, I will be just snacking on the cookie dough. Oh look, safe to eat raw. See, we're fine, we're fine. This brand here, this looks familiar. I feel like maybe they make some little like snack or meal bars or something, and I think I've tried it, but I don't know if I'm remembering that correctly or not. Miss Jones, I have seen the like the dry sugar cookie mixes before, but I've not seen it made like this, so we're gonna try that out. Of course, mochi is one of my favorite desserts, so we have that. And then there is a grocery store around here that I go to called Sharp Shopper. And seeing the price differences, when you get spoiled with discount groceries, seeing grocery prices in a regular store, and I assume Jungle Jim's is probably a little more expensive than what a regular grocery store might be. But seeing the price difference, I have a ton of this brand, Delicious, in my freezer right now, but I had not seen these flavors before, the chocolate raspberry and the cinnamon churro. These are phenomenal. They're so delicious. I've had the mint chocolate one. I've had the strawberry and, ooh, what's the other one? Is it grape? It's a purple one. I can't remember what the flavor is, but they are so, so good. So we tried these out. It was just a little bit of a hit to pay full price for me because I get them at this discount grocery store for like $1. Next on the list, the last frozen thing here is these mini pies. I've seen Katz brand before. I've picked up a few of their things from Wegmans when I've had the chance to shop there. Their oatmeal cream pies and maybe the donuts before, I believe. But I've never seen these before, so I decided to try those. Whoop. In my area, we have a large Amish population, and they make these things called fry pies. And they look just like that. They're this dough with, it, I guess that kind of looks like a Pop-Tart. It's just like a little tiny hand pie, and I believe they're probably deep fried and then iced, and they are so, so, so good. Obviously, I can't eat them anymore, so this is the next best alternative. We'll see how they compare. I put the stuff in the freezer, and I checked to see the flavor of those other things, and it is blueberry, not grape. Obviously, blueberry. I don't know why I thought it was grape. Anyhow, my haul was big enough that it wouldn't all fit on my countertop, so I'll give you the little side haul here. Just a couple cucumbers for salads this week, sugar snap peas, string beans. We have some different colored carrots here. I have some regular orange ones in the fridge. We have some friends coming this weekend, so I thought it would be nice to do a nice little carrot medley and I'll probably do a veggie tray out for snacking, so these will come in handy. I forget what this is called. You guys tell me in the comments. Remind me of what it is that I bought here. I'll probably be cracking into this and eating this afternoon. Just, these are just the normal, I think normal everyday groceries. A yellow tomato, unfortunately, when I put it in the cooler, I put it too close to the ice. So this thing is pretty solid. We'll see how frozen tomato is. A couple avocados. I think I've seen this brand around our area on occasion sometimes, but it's not often that we get A2 milk in the stores. We do have a local dairy that carries raw A2 milk, and I purchased that on occasion, but I just thought I'd try this one out and see how it goes. Back onto what actually fit on the countertop. We have a couple different microgreens that I had not seen this brand before. We're gonna try those. Their organic blueberries were on sale. These might have been $1.99, I think. They had a decent amount of things that were reduced. So we got some reduced peppers. I just like the color of this. Like a nice light, kind of light orange, yellowish into a dark orange red. They're pretty. Only $3 for all 4 peppers, which is kind of ridiculous to say. But grocery prices are what they are. And then huge fan of okra. Got just a handful of this for $1.75. Whoops. These were, I think, 2 for $3. Again, we'll have those for salads. I got a little ginger for some bone broth. I am due for another round of bone broth here shortly, so I'll cut this up and put it in there. I got some wheatgrass they were selling. I'd never seen that before. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some juicing and shots with this. I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe I'll just keep letting it grow for a little tiny bit longer. Now, where it's at this point, it is... Ooh, something was flying off of it. The wheatgrass here, gluten-free, can't eat wheat. However, at the beginning of wheatgrass, the seeds have not started. The gluten content is not in here. So I am able to do this, and we'll see what I end up doing with it. We got some beets reduced as well. $4 for this whole thing of beets. I got some more spring mix arugula for salads. And I think these were $2.99 as well. They were on sale. We got those. And then the last, oh no, that isn't the last of the refrigerated stuff. We got these 2 things. Key lime. One of my favorite flavors is key lime and also pistachio. So finding these was a huge win for me. These look delicious. I can't wait to try them. And then also in the reduced area, I got some little mozzarella pearls. I don't remember how much these were. And bite-sized burrata. That's a big bite, but I think I could do that in one bite. Those will go on the salad today too. On to the next round of things. Oh, where to start? There's so much stuff here. Let's just start at this corner. Some non-food items. They had a section with incense, and so I picked some of those up for gifts. These are going in stockings, along with these here. Probably keep these for myself. I love this brand. I was gifted the tomato leaf version of this a little while ago, and it is my absolute favorite thing. I'm also a huge fan of eucalyptus, so I bought the eucalyptus version of this just to make my home smell a little bit nicer. I'm trying to reduce most of the artificial fragrances that we use in our home. So this brand, I believe, uses mostly essential oils mixed with glycerin probably. So that was right up my alley. And then these are perfect for sticking in my pack when I'm hiking. Ticks in my area, and also I'm going to be going on a long hiking trip in a few months, starting in the spring. Although I will be treating a lot of my things with permethrin, and I'll carry a little bit of Picardin lotion, I thought I would just give these a little bit of a try. And they're also nice, again, nice little stocking stuffers for other people in my house that do some hiking or just go outside. And sometimes you go outside in this area and you just walk through the yard, and within 10 or 15 minutes, you might have a tick attached to you. So that is really helpful. And then speaking of stocking stuffers or gifts, I picked out a couple different Oreo flavors that I thought might be interesting to a couple of my family members. So this one is the rose, and actually I didn't look at it until right now. I didn't realize the sugar-free version, but that's okay. The person I have this in mind for, I mean, those of you who watch this normally, this is intended for Nani. And then this one is, I see now, oh yeah, matcha fig. I thought it was just fig. So matcha fig, this is also intended for Nani, so she'll like that. I don't know why this is over here, why I set this with the gifts, because this is a gift for me. Again, that key lime, like I told you, coconut is my third favorite flavor, so I can't really go wrong with coconut and key lime, so that's a little snack for me later. And then this one for my sister, she's a huge fan of Earl Grey tea. I believe that's her favorite. So we've got Earl Grey, we've got some blood orange chocolates for Nani. The really nice thing, they had such an array of brands. It was organized by, each section was a different country, or some were continents. There was Africa and Asia, which are their own continents. Even though some of it was continents, some of it I believe was countries within those continents as well. So they had Asia, but then I think they also maybe had Turkey on its own, possibly. We got all sorts of different things in each section. I don't know, honestly, some of them overlapped. So you would have Italy and Greece separate, but you know they both had tons of olive oil in there. And then with gifts as well, our niece is super into cats, so, you know, chocolate, cats, you can't go wrong with that. And then Tori also likes cats, and it's a nice inside joke because I do not, so sometimes I buy her cat things, even though I don't like them. So this is going to her for Christmas. Moving on, we've got some just off-brand coconut flakes, which that was something else that I thought was very interesting about this place. There was stuff imported from all over the world, and then you have everyday essentials sweetened coconut flakes. So there was most definitely a large American section, at the same time that there was stuff from all over the planet. One thing I didn't realize that I was looking for until I got there was coffee. You know, I was a little surprised that they didn't have, I guess, a bigger array of coffee, and I say that they certainly had a very, very large array of coffee, but not as much, I guess, as what I expected. And I guess I didn't expect it until I got there, but I decided to try. I don't know how this one will be, you know, as I'm over here talking about trying to eliminate some of the artificial fragrances and colors and just general endocrine disruptors in our life. I'm over here with artificially flavored pistachio ice cream. We're doing baby steps here. In addition to the coconut flakes, we have some coconut powder, coconut extract, and coconut flour. Now this was Mr. Vintage Dietitian. My husband bought these things because he is going to make me some gluten-free coconut cupcakes here this afternoon. So that's why all of these are purchased. We got some brown cane sugar. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use this yet. Maybe just when I have tea or something, scrape off a little piece into it. Those of you that use this, I mean, how do you guys normally use it? I just thought it was really cool, something interesting, different than what I normally have. So tell me how I want to use this. There have been several times where recipes that we've made on this channel have called for currant jelly, and I haven't been able to find it, and I don't end up ordering it. So I figured I would just buy it now, and that way we would have it for the next time it comes up. So we bought both red and black currant. I don't know what these are used for, if it's something used in beauty products, if it is for tea or something like that. I bought it because I just thought they were so beautiful, and I love the smell of rose. And so what I'll probably do is open these up and put them in a clear jar and set them in my bathroom or bedroom or something, and just open it up and sniff it on occasion and look at it because it's pretty. And I did pick up 4 of these. I probably could have gotten them cheaper at any home grocery store, but I needed these I signed up for church to make 4 pumpkin spice cakes is what they were requesting. I figured since we were already there, we wouldn't have to go pick up more things somewhere else we could just grab them and go. And I maybe paid, 50 cents more or something like that. But for $2 and it saves me 25 minutes of travel to the grocery store to pick up 4 more. I think it was worth it. They also had a huge bakery section, and they had tons of gluten-free options at the bakery. A lot of times you go somewhere and they have some different and interesting baked goods, but gluten-free, they might have 1 or 2 options in the gluten-free section. They had tons of different options in their gluten-free section. I figured I probably shouldn't eat all of them, so I picked up these 2 to try out, and they look fantastic. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into these. Now, something I am absolutely a sucker for, with all of these, with a lot of the things that I purchase, I am a judging a book by its cover kind of person. If you have cool artwork or your packaging looks interesting, you have a funny name, I am 100% influenced. I'm self-aware enough to know if you put something cool looking in front of me, it will sway me 100%. I am the target audience for things like that. So this little lady, the Babcha, is that how you say it? Is that grandma, I think, in whichever language it is. But I thought she was so cute. I know a lot of our Christmas cookies and things like that require poppy seeds, so I figured I would just pick this up, and I thought she was adorable. As I mentioned before, I have some friends coming over. I like to have a lot of different and interesting options for people to try if they want something to drink, snacks as well. But this was a weird one. Liquid Death is, I think it's getting to be a fairly popular brand, but I'd never seen Fruity Pebbles before. I can't tell you if I think it's actually going to be good, but if anybody wants to try it while they're here, they now have the option. Some really cool and different apple juice options. And again, when I first grabbed them, I thought, as it said 100% apple juices, I thought it was just straight up apple juice. It's apple juice from concentrate with natural flavors, which, what does that even mean? Who knows? But either way, we're going to try them out. We got a couple of these for gifts. We have someone in our life that really likes instant coffee. That's what they usually drink. So we got a couple different options, and we did get this one as well, which I think is fantastic. I'm sure that doesn't mean what it means in American, but I think that's hilarious, and I would buy it just because it says that. There were a few things I took photos of I didn't end up buying because I didn't want to be wasteful, but there were a couple things I took pictures of that I really did want to buy because, again, easily influenced, thought it was hilarious. Also a huge fan of tea, and like I said, heavily influenced by packaging. The artwork on this brand is so beautiful. I love this. I hope that the tea tastes as good as what the artwork is on here, but if they put half of the effort into blending their teas in a way that tastes good, as they do with their artwork and marketing and packaging, then it has to be delicious. So we got those to try out. I just grabbed a set of chopsticks. I don't have them at home, so I thought this would be nice just to have on hand, just in case somebody wants to use them sometime. Here's something I've never seen before. Lemongrass powder and ground dried lime. I think these are going to be an excellent addition to some of the recipes that we make and be able to add a ton of flavor to it. Also running low on turmeric, so just picked up a nice big bag of that. That'll be helpful, again, making that bone broth. This will be a nice thing. If I was out of turmeric when I make my bone broth, that would be a problem. So got that up and going. Just some cheesecloth to have on hand. Let me tell you, with all this stuff, I'm so not looking forward to putting it away and trying to find somewhere in my kitchen and in my pantry, because it is already pretty full to the brim before we went shopping. So wish me luck on that. Something I've never seen before are apples, canned apples, but like apparently they're whole baby apples with the stem still on. I'm so interested to at some point crack these open and see what is inside and what these look like. Same thing with these breadfruit nuts. I don't even know what a breadfruit is. I feel like I've heard of a breadfruit, but I've never had one, never tried it, no idea what to expect from it. So often, if it's something that I have never tried and never heard of, I will buy it. Got some sushi seasoning for rice because I discovered I could never figure out what it was that made some sushi taste way better than other sushi. And then a quick Google search told me it's probably the vinegar that they're using after steaming the rice. So picked it up myself just to see if, I know I will never make any rice as good as what I get it at a good sushi place, but a girl can dream. I don't think I've seen, or maybe I have, who knows, but if I'm remembering, I don't recall having evaporated coconut milk. I've found condensed coconut milk before, but not evaporated, so tried a little bit of that out. We've got some cream of coconut, some coconut custard. This, I'd never seen that before, so I thought this was pretty cool. Gonna try that out. And we have plenty of coconut milk where I live, but again, I am a sucker for anything different. So this right here, this can, just having this cool whatever this is on it, that's why I bought it. And I don't know if you can tell I have a preference for some certain foods. Grape leaves. I love stuffed grape leaves. So they were in multiple sections. Every time we went into a section that had grape leaves, I bought every single brand that I found. As soon as I found a different one, we bought it. So we've got this big one, that big one there. Then this, I'm assuming this one is probably a Greek one from the Greek aisle. We got that one. We've got that brand. We've got that brand. We've got this brand. This one. And this one here. We have a lot to try out, which I am not mad about. Found some stuffed peppers to try. I love, as I mentioned before, I love okra. Actually, it looks like this one, it looks like a different can. Probably exploded on this one, which may have been, if you can tell, I have 2 of each of all the little ones. And only one of this one, because when I got it to the checkout and I was holding it like this, I could feel the top of it gave way a little bit, like it was moving up and down. While expiration dates or best by dates are not something that I believe in and follow, food safety is something I believe in. And if it's not sealed and holding correctly, I'm not going to take my chances and mess around with it. So I did go ahead and put that one, I didn't put it back. I gave it to the cashier and let her do whatever they need to do if they need to fill out a loss form or something like that for it. So that's why I only have one of those. But then we have another okra right there. It looks so good. And some different mushrooms. I thought these were pretty cool. Gonna try those out with some things. We had just been talking about the brown bread in a can for an upcoming recipe. And funny enough, I ordered it from Amazon before I went to Jungle Jim's. And from Amazon, one thing, it was one jar, one can, one loaf was $10. And it actually just came in today. I got it and they shipped it in a bag and it was dented. I'll show you. I'm not thrilled about it, and nothing on the person who packed it, because I know whoever it was probably had like 45 seconds to pack this whole thing up and move it on before they had to move to something else. But any time we get anything from Amazon, it's a mess every single time. We had something shipped the other day too. It wasn't even in a separate box. It was in its actual box, and it's a gift we wanted to give, and it is busted open. It's a mess, but yeah. It's completely done it in, so hopefully they're going to give us a refund on this, because I paid $10 for this, for it to be dented, and I think these were like $4 or $5, I can't remember. And moving on to a few more things here. Tori does some different things, different streaming for herself, and I think one of the things she wants to do is have me go on to her channel, and she wants to do some trying of different foods of things. So I bought some things I thought would be cool to try on camera. Some toasted egg yolk nougat. These are coconut brittle baguitos. They, I believe, does it have cricket? No, mealworms. That might be interesting to try. I have never had a banana blossom. I think that is cool as heck, so we'll try those. We'll try some paneer in syrup. There's some different Skittles. These are just very cute. Thought we'd try some different types of Skittles. And actually, I don't know if they're gummies or if it just looks like that. I can't try the Kit Kats, but I got one for Tori to try. And then just a couple little Dubai chocolate bars, or balls, not bars. I don't know if these are up Tori's alley, if she will like them, but we're going to go ahead and try them. I'm filming with my glasses and they died as I was saying whatever I was saying last, so I don't remember what I was actually talking about last. I just remember I was standing here. So we're going to move on to what I'm pretty sure I haven't talked about, and let's talk about these here. Something else that they had is just an entire, we'll call it hippie section. There was natural foods, there was different journals, different, it's just all sorts of different things. Bags, clothing, natural deodorants, and actually that's where I picked up this, was in the little, what I'm calling the hippie section. And my soul sister, who got me that Zoom fragrance, the Zoom, I don't know which it is, but she got that for me, the tomato leaf one. And so I picked her up a pair of little overalls. They look just like her. She is also a little hippie, so I'm hoping these work out. I think they will fit her. Yeah, just 100% cotton overalls. They think they're pretty awesome. Now, this was the thing that I was most excited to go to Jungle Gyms for. I had two things in mind. The first thing was getting a specific type of grape, the Malaga grape, and I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly. I don't even know if they have that type of grape still. That was something from a 1920s recipe. And Jungle Gyms had like the cotton candy grapes. They had some of the like the long black grapes, and they had just your regular red and green grapes. So I was not able to find those. However, the other thing I was looking for was hiking snacks and different bars, like gluten-free bars that I could take on the trip with me. And holy moly, did I hit the freaking jackpot. Some of these brands I've heard about before, like Go Macro, heard of their brand before. The True, I've heard of those. Ghost, I didn't realize they made bars. I've had their protein powder before, but never the bars. Built, I've had some, but never, I've not tried the churro. So all of the rest of these, I had never, that's not true. I've heard of Pro Meal before, but that, I mean, that doesn't matter. Anyhow, the options and the variety they had was crazy. I had to stop myself. I could have kept going, but I realized I was probably, the cart was getting over full. I realized, because these things they're not cheap. Most of these were close to $3 a piece. So I realized the cost was probably quickly getting out of hand as well for that one trip. And I'll talk about that here in a minute. I just want to show the last thing. I got some beef gelatin powder as well. I do make my own bone broth, and we have a freeze dryer, so I freeze dry that. That'll be going as well. But I just thought that would also be just an interesting, different option to be able to pack up into little individual packs and have something a little bit different to try out. Now, let's talk about what everybody is probably really wondering, what I am usually wondering after seeing some videos like this, is how much did all of this cost? It was a hit. It was a huge hit to the wallet, and we checked out 2 separate times. We did the non-perishables first, and then we did the perishables, the refrigerated and the frozen items, because we just wanted to make sure they would get in the cooler and they wouldn't thaw while we were still walking around. So the first with the frozen and perishable was $165.18, which is, I think, you know, not too bad-ish. However, let's get to the perishables. And it just
keeps going and going. Oh boy, this is like a CVS receipt. To $678.36. But guys, we did save $31.50. So, oh, and then the other one we did save $3 more, so we saved almost $35 total. So it was a little, it looks like a little over $800, which is not a cheap price. However, knowing that most of this is going to be going toward meals that I'll be eating next year, and those are also not cheap, particularly the type of meals that I am going to be trying to eat. And then also a lot of this is for future videos and different things.
Thanks for joining me today and checking out everything that we got from Jungle Gyms. Let me know, those of you who normally watch this, or if this is your first time here and you're here because you really like to watch grocery hauls, let me know if you'd like to see more things like this. I've never really considered filming when I go and do my other grocery shopping at some of these discount stores like Sharp Shopper or all of the different Benton Dents that I go to. But if that's something you guys want to see, I'm certainly open to showing you guys and bringing you along with me. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so that you get to hang out with us a little bit more. Thank you so much for being here today, guys. I'll see you later.